All men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights.
Life, liberty, and the pursuit of
If liberty means anything at all, it means the right to tell people what they do not want to hear.
Make America great again.
The Big Mig.
Welcome back to the Big Mig Show. Of course, I'm your host, Lance Miliaccio, with my co-host, George Valentine. It's edgier than a knife because, you know, it's better to be hurt by the truth than comforted with a lie. Rise and grind Monday morning. Big week ahead of us. Lots going on, as always. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate you guys tuning in. You know, time's the most valuable commodity you have. So thanks for tuning in, giving us the opportunity to earn your business, I guess is what we should say. George B., man, how are you?
I'm good. You know, it was a decent weekend. You know, the United States of America, trifecta, baby, trifecta. The women's hockey won gold. The men's hockey won gold. Then the paraplegic United States won gold against Canada. Canada got fucked up. And then United States World Baseball Classic. U.S. is going and playing, I think, Venezuela, I believe, for the championship thing. You know, good weekend for that way. Trifecta, dog. You got to love it.
Yeah, it's always good when we kick Canada's butt. I always feel good about that. You know, of course, listen, if you like the show, you know the drill. Thumbs up, comment, share, subscribe. If you can do the paid subscription, fantastic. But definitely hit the follow button. We're trying to grow our base. And share the live link during the show. That really helps us out. We appreciate those that have been doing it. Melody's one of them. Thank you for doing it, Melody. And there are others. And I want to say thank you, guys. And our follower base has been growing and our subscriber base has been growing. And that's all because of you guys. Not because of us. We just try to make sure we bring you the right stories, the truth, which got to tell you, it's getting harder and harder. There's no doubt about it. But before we kick off, let me thank one of our sponsors, Genesis Gold Group. George and I love our crypto. As you guys know, we've got the #1 crypto show on Rumble, Crypto Power Hour. So if you want to learn about crypto, join us Wednesdays and Fridays at 7 a.m. Listen, gold and silver, baby. That's the other thing George and I love. Of course, the Prepper Bar, the 62.2 gram Prepper Bar, available in gold and silver, perforated so you can break off a small piece to make a payment. Fits neatly in your wallet. You can sit in a sock drawer, safety deposit box, wherever you can get to it. Of course, 3 different denominations allow you to fit a multitude of needs, whether it be for asset protection from inflation, economic turmoil, diversification, or it's very unique utility for barter and trade. In the case of the Prepper Bar, it's a perfect gift for everyone. Birthdays, Hanukkah, anniversary, you name it. Gold and silver is one of those things you just hand it down in your family. I've got gold and silver that I'll probably be giving to my daughter and my dad. You hold on to it just in case. It's always a good backup plan. Exclusively mined and minted in the great US of A, and of course, selling out fast as always. They've got them in stock. I talked to Jonathan Rose over the weekend. They just got a restock of silver. So got them in stock right now. Prepper Bars. Head over to thebigmigbar.com. That's right, thebigmigbar.com. Or you can use the QR code on the screen. Take a snapshot. Don't go there now. Go there after the shows. And here's your promo code. All caps Prepper, PREPPR. That's PREPPR. 10% off on the silver, 5% off on the gold, thebigmigbar.com, or you can call 888-526-7154. That's 888-526-7154. Make sure you tell them the Big Mig Show sent you.
Break me off a piece of that Prepper Bar.
All right, all right.
Sorry, I was doing something.
No, that's okay. I saw a little delay there.
Yeah.
We're George was trying to fine tune our video over the weekend. Hopefully it's a little better. We're working on it.
Everybody, how's your resolution? Tell me in the chat, please.
Yeah, George was grinding away over the weekend we're always trying to improve the show. You know, that's what, when you guys do paid subscriptions and you do Rumble Rant tips, it all goes back into the show. Really, we're just trying to improve the quality of our production, always trying to fine tune it because it's a moving beast. Honestly, it's crazy, the audio and video, the kind of work you have to put in to make sure it's coming through to you guys, you know, as high quality as possible. So thanks for tuning in. You know, I got a good set the mood. You know, we always struggle with the set the moods because when you're on YouTube, you got to watch your copyrighted music. It's always a struggle, and it's too bad because a lot of times I see funny stuff, but the music gets you these notices. And George is already dealing with so much of that. We try not to trigger more, but I think you guys will enjoy this one. This is a good one, man.
Set the mood. Here we go.
Yep. Saturday Night Live doesn't get it right often, but I got to tell you, I think they nailed that. 60 units of bull semen stat. Hopefully you guys enjoy that as much as I do. All right. It's all over the place, right? You see it nonstop. AI, you see it good and the bad. And it's the great deceiver now. I was talking to George, and we were the other day. We were on a show with. We weren't on a show. We were in a text message, and we were kind of challenging each other on a Netanyahu video that came up that I had said that I thought Netanyahu was dead, and George said he was alive, and we made a $20 bet on whether he was dead or alive. I think he's dead. I don't really know. Here's the worst part about it. This is what I'm really, really concerned about. AI, there's a lot of positive things. You can use it for amazing things. I use it every single day for incredible things, for looking for stories, for vetting stories, for coding. I mean, all kinds of stuff that I'm working on nonstop. And it's a great tool if used correctly, but I'm really concerned. George and I are always out looking for stories, and it's getting harder and harder. You can use vetting tools, but the AI is getting better and better, and it's really becoming a double-edged sword. This Netanyahu thing, you guys know that everybody's talking about that they think Netanyahu is dead. Supposedly about a strike that Iran did. Of course, Iran's been putting out tons of fake garbage. And part of the fake stuff that started this whole Netanyahu thing was this one, photo that was clearly AI. Right away, it was debunked, and we're going to show that to you in a minute. But I've got to tell you guys, you got to be cautious. There's a lot of fake news. ABC got caught doing some fake news. Trump called them out on the plane the other day. And it's getting worse and worse. And I'm not sure what we're going to do to fix it, because it's getting really concerning, because it's one thing when you use it to make a meme or you're having fun or you're doing it for real work, and let's face it, I don't know how many people in the audience, maybe jump in the chat and let me know how many of you are using AI. We use it every day. I literally use it every day. We generate thumbnails, and George and I are always working on something with it. And he uses it a ton. I use it a ton. And we've got all the AIs. We use ChatGPT and Grok and DeepSeek and Claude. I mean, you name it. But do you guys feel the struggle on this stuff? Do you find yourself getting, especially if you're just scanning quickly, something will come through the feed and you don't get a chance to look at it, and it just kind of implants in your head. You're like, oh, I'll have to check that later. And you find out that it was fake, and maybe for a couple hours you thought it was real. When there's some people that are, maybe you guys are really highly educated. Our audience, I feel like you guys are looking for the truth. That's probably why you're here. That's why we're here. But man, it's a struggle. George, do you find yourself, we had that discussion, and it wasn't about the bet. I said, George, they're saying that video is fake already. Of course, the video, because he was like, of course, that's what we do with each other. We're always prodding. Yeah, look, I told you he's alive. But then all of a sudden it got completely debunked. That video wasn't real. So let me start off. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. One of the first things that came out was this fake news AI generated image where they act like, and clearly this, you could tell this was fake right out of the gate. But this isn't, of course, some people tested it, 93.5% AI generated, which pretty much means 100%.
Wait a minute.
But Iran posted this, and they acted like, that was legitimate, right? That somehow Netanyahu was dead and they were successful in their strike. Then Israel, so everybody online starts to talk about it, and it's like, oh yeah, they hit because it's an underground facility. I'm going to let you, Alex Jones will kind of explain what it is, but it's a facility out there that supposedly 10 stories deep in this one neighborhood that the high-ranking Israeli officials use. It's a communication bunker. So that bunker is what Iran said they hit, which I'm not saying they didn't hit it. That's where the story kind of started. Now, it's been all over the place. Now, people are having some fun with it now. But Netanyahu comes out, the Israelis come out, and they come out with this video. And Netanyahu, they claim this is, proves he's alive. And right away in the video, his right hand has 6 fingers. Now I've got a static image of it. I don't know if we're going to show the video, but let me show you this next. This is Israel. So this is the battle, right? The fake news, it's fake AI, fake AI. And so far, if you look at his hand right there, you can see how there's 6 fingers on the one hand. So of course, everybody debunks it right away. It's fake. Then ABC jumps on a story, and Fox News doesn't disclose that part, but they jump on one that's fake, some fake video of allegedly Iranian successful attacks on U.S. ships. Now, I also believe there's some cover-up. I don't know. George, you tell me. I feel like maybe both sides don't want to really show the success of the other sides because they're trying to win. War is won on the ground, but the hearts and minds are won in the news. And I feel like it's a hearts and minds battle. George, do you feel like maybe some of this stuff isn't being transparent, that there are maybe some successful attacks on both sides that neither side wants to acknowledge? Do you find yourself seeing some of that?
Well, we're in a war, right? And with war, you have misdirection, misconception, misinformation, disinformation, through it all. I mean, we've done it. We did it in Vietnam over the radio and loudspeakers. So, of course, each one is trying to deceive each other, throw each other off. But listen, man, like everybody's been nonstop talking about this Netanyahu fucking video.
Yeah.
We ain't talking about, I don't know, fucking Epstein, Save Act, all the stuff that we should be talking about. I'm not saying we in general, but that's what they're doing. That's all they're talking about. And that's what Israel wants. Did you ever think that they're doing this on purpose? Anybody?
Yeah. I think a lot of it is.
He's not dead. I can tell you that for 100% fact. But
I felt very strongly that Netanyahu was dead, but I don't know. Even myself and George and I are scanning constantly, and we're not just looking at what's on X. We go all over the place. We go on international news sites. There was a news article, Turkish news that I caught, where they said Netanyahu's dead, plus several other important Israeli leaders. I don't know if it's true. Let's play this clip. This is Fox News talking about the Iran fake news. And they're showing right here how they're putting out fake news, and this will give you more reason to go.
Can I? All right, we'll play it and I'll say something.
You're spreading AI-generated pictures and even videos that appear to show they're winning this war. Fox's Jonathan Hunt has been looking into this for us. Jonathan.
Laura, we all know the old adage that truth is the first casualty of war, but truth, of course, was a casualty of the Iranian regime decades ago. Well, now Iran is using AI to further distort reality. This video, for instance, showing a fake strike on Tel Aviv, complete with fake sounds of explosions. Another one showing a fake fire at a U.S. base in Iraq. And even one claiming, falsely of course, a strike on the USS Abraham Lincoln, all racking up millions of views and fooling Iran hopes a lot of people.
Often there's unnatural camera movements. If you look at fires and smoke, that often there's tells there. They're just not necessarily natural. But these are things that if you were scrolling through your phone on social media, if you're commuting into work, you wouldn't necessarily notice.
CENTCOM is fighting back, posting fact checks, including in Farsi, calling out the lies, while the White House, while not faking anything and with a certain sense of humor, has posted on X intersplicing real video with video games, all of which emphasizes, Laura, that in modern warfare, the fight to win is on the battlefield, but the fight to win hearts and minds is playing out at the same time online.
Okay, so here they have, they're talking about the Iranian media putting out fake news and whatever. What about the United States media putting out fake news all the time? What about when Biden was president? Did we have body doubles and all that? Was the news putting out fake news covering for him? I mean, we got shit to worry about here. Fuck Iran news and Israeli news and fake shit they're putting out. Let's worry about the stuff here. Who cares about that? People are getting so out of touch. We're done. Midterms are done. We're done. We're fucked. If we keep on this path, we're done. It's over. Why even keep fighting then? People want to look at the wrong stuff and focus on the wrong stuff. But that's what they want you to do. As long as you're focused on Netanyahu, Iran, you're not focused on the other stuff, on the shady shit that's going on behind our backs that we need to expose and find out. I mean, it's crazy. The shit that's going on in this country, we got stuff, other stories we're gonna talk about, you know, shit being exposed, and it's out of hand.
Yeah.
Should we play the video of him?
Yeah, so this is the video. This was a second video the Israelis put out. Now, let me say something. It turns out that this coffee visit, this next AI video, was based on a legitimate coffee visit that happened during the COVID pandemic, where Netanyahu was in a coffee shop showing that businesses were open.
Tell them why.
What'd you say?
Tell them why, so they can see in the video.
Yeah, so...
You know why or no? No, I know, because you wrote it down already.
Yeah. So there's a couple of things that trigger in this video. He takes a sip of this coffee, if you pay attention, a pretty good sip, and it doesn't change levels. He's moving it around. The coffee's very full. His guys in the back have got COVID masks on. There's a bunch of different... Yeah, there's a bunch of different tells in here. Now, the worst part is I also saw some stuff that I thought was real, where people pulled up a date they saw on a computer or something in the video, and that was bullshit. Somebody had fabricated the date. The date was correct on the computer. You know, anyway, just watch the video. George took some static. He's got some static images of stuff he can point out to you. But let's watch the video. This was supposed to be a confirmation video that he's alive. Clearly, it's been now debunked. It's totally fake. Go ahead.
מה שאלת אותי? ראש הממשלה אומרים ברשת שאתה בכלל מת? אני מת על קפה, אתה יודע מה? אני מת על העם שלי. איך הם מתנהגים, פנטסטי. אתה רוצה לספור את מספר אצבעות? אתה יכול להראות לנו? פה. פה. ראית? יפה מאוד. לחיים. אתה חושב של המסר לאנשים שיוצאים ומתאווררים? לצאת להתאוורר, אבל ליד מרחב מוגן. והעמידה שלכם היא מדהימה, נותנת כוח לי, לממשלה, לצה"ל, למוסד. אנחנו עושים דברים שאני לא יכול לשתף ברגע זה, אבל עושים דברים מכים באיראן חזק מאוד, גם ביום הזה, גם בלבנון, ממשיכים. אתם אומרים לי להמשיך? אני אומר לכולכם, גם אתם תמשיכו. תמשיכו להישמע להוראות פיקוד העורף, כל הזמן, להישמע להוראות פיקוד העורף, וגם לראשי הערים, להיות תמיד ליד מרחב מוגן. ואנחנו נקל ככל שהדבר ניתן. ותודה לך על הקפה, הוא מצוין. אני לא יודע לגבי הקלוריות, זה נראה לי מסוכן מאוד.
Now, let me put my 2 cents in real quick, Lance, please. So if they're saying this is a video from last year or whatever, COVID, then he's sitting there talking about showing his 5 fingers, putting his hand up and all that stuff. Yeah, I see the guys wearing masks. I'm questionable about that. Why the fuck are those couple guys wearing masks? Who knows? Maybe they're just so scared of diseases or COVID. I don't freaking know. But then you have to ask, here's the coffee shop itself putting up pictures. So you have to think, is the coffee shop in on it? That's a lot of people that you have to actually get in on this big conspiracy or secret, I would say. That's a lot of people. Think about it. Here's another one of him bending over, whatever, like over the counter. Now, I will say that Netanyahu, I mean, according to these videos and stuff, looks like he lost some weight. Because
they talked about hair part. We're going to do a side by side. Also, his pinky. One of the things AI is still struggling with his hands for some reason. Forget the extra fingers. If you look at his pinky when he's holding the coffee cup, it's like it's missing the tip. The nail isn't there. And I don't think there's ever been a video of him showing a hand that was missing a pinky. Part of the pinky looks, again. Now, this is a side by side. That's a recent Netanyahu photo. This is supposed to be a recent video. He looks much thinner. The hair looks different, you know.
Definitely looks thinner, without a doubt.
Yeah, there's just a lot of things that don't. And that's the scary part about this, right? The pinky's weird. Anyway, and
you can, but hold on, I'm going to just say something. You can film something and put filters on it and put makeup on you, like through the video, AI like filters. You can make your face skinnier, you can remove the bags and all that stuff. You don't know if they're doing that too. We're not there as the camera guys. I mean, there's so many questions, not enough answers, but you have to think about it like that.
No, I think that's a valid, and that's what I mean. The struggle about the fact that we even have to overanalyze a posting. Now, there's a clip here we're going to play. This is a security cabinet meeting. Now, some people have said this meeting wasn't a higher level meeting, but they were talking about how, Netanyahu would normally be at a meeting like this. Would he? I don't know. They talk about Air Force Chief, Tomer Bar, Mossad Director David Barnea, which I think David Barnea, I don't know if they've confirmed he's dead.
Lance, would they have all of them in that meeting during the wartime?
Again, valid argument. That somebody said that. Yeah. So let's play this clip. What people pointed out in this clip is that everybody seems to be very uneasy. They're struggling to look at the camera. If you look at a couple of the facial reactions of the guys, they all look not that they shouldn't be stressed during a time of war. Maybe they're stressed to be in the same location together, thinking, "What if Iran knows and they're going to get struck?" I mean, there's a lot of reasons this could be this, but this meeting supposedly normally Netanyahu would be at a meeting like this. Would he in wartime? I don't know. George makes some valid points about this, and this is the struggle. Here's two guys that are doing this for a living. We're doing it every single day for you guys, and. Man, the struggle is real on this stuff. This is the deception, the great deceiver that is AI. Let's play the clip.
המאבק העולמי והאזורי מול איראן, אותו מובילים נשיא ארצות הברית דונלד טראמפ וראש ממשלת ישראל בנימין נתניהו, עולה מדרגה ונכנס לישורת ההכרעה שתימשך ככל שידרש. אני מברך את הנשיא טראמפ על המכה הקשה שהנחית הלילה צבא ארצות הברית על אי הנפט האיראני. זאת התגובה ההולמת למיקוש מוצרי הרמוז וניסיונות הסחיטה של משטר הטרור האיראני. גם חיל האוויר הישראלי ממשיך בגל תקיפות עוצמתי בטהרן ובכל איראן. איראן מפעילה טרור וסחטנות אזורית ועולמית כדי להרתיע את ישראל וארצות הברית מלהמשיך במערכה ונענית בעוצמת פלדה חזקה ובלתי מתפשרת. אנחנו נכנסים לישורת ההכרעה במאבק בניסיונות המשטר לשרוד, תוך גרימת סבל הולך וגובר לעם האיראני לבין כניעה. רק העם האיראני יכול לשים לזה סוף במאבק נחוש עד להפלת משטר הטרור והצלת איראן.
So you can see the guy on the right in that image. He's not even really looking at the camera. So a lot of people are talking about the body language of the guys. And I don't know. Are they right? Frick. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know if Netanyahu's dead or not. I'm leaning towards that he is because we haven't really seen anything so far. Now, they put out another video on Netanyahu's site this morning where he's talking to some people outdoors. I didn't grab that because I feel like we're just, beating a dead horse here. But you'll notice on his one hand, the ring shows up in one image, and then the next image, the ring is missing, which that's another thing AI gets mistakes on is jewelry. It's not at this point, but there is going to come a point when that's going to be perfect and we're not going to know the difference. And that's, to me, is a horrible thing for the audience. Wow, what's so funny?
Somebody goes, or is it? Goes, both of you on either side, blink twice if you're a hostage.
Yeah, exactly.
Shit.
And that's just, it's horrible, right? I mean, for you guys, it's horrible because we want to make sure we're giving you accurate facts. George is convinced that he's still alive, and he's right. The Israelis could be just doing this as a redirection. They could be trying to get people, focused on all the wrong things. I don't know. I guess we're gonna have to wait and see till we find out what's legitimate here. But there are some good.
I mean, you have to look at Look at the cafe he was at. They posted these pictures. Mm-hmm. All the people that work there. That's a lot of people to keep their mouths shut. If this didn't happen, if it wasn't him or whatever. I mean, you know what I mean? Lance, your camera just glitch?
I don't think.
All right, anyway.
It did on my end.
Yeah. So that's a lot of there's a lot of people, it's too many loose ends, I would say.
People could do a good job of that. I'd have to say of working together. It would be the Israelis. If they went to the cafe owners, as a stake and said, listen, this is really important. We're trying to put up this message. We need your help. The Israelis are very good at working together, in my opinion, and, making sure they're protecting Israel better than they would be in most countries. A lot of people would immediately want to say, oh, they approached me and I wouldn't do it, because they want the clicks and the views. The Israelis are a different breed. I mean, you got to give them credit. They do, bind together when they need to. So I don't know, but listen, I don't want to only give you the bad. There are lots of good things in AI, and this next story is one of those good things. So we talked about the medical industry, and we talk about, there's a lot of times we think they treat the diseases, they treat the symptoms, but not the disease. So this guy who doesn't have any medical background has a dog that he loves very, very much. He finds out his dog has got cancer.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I'm talking about the dog story. So, I mean, this is an AI-powered miracle. So this guy's a tech entrepreneur. And he ends up, it looks like, saving his dog from cancer using ChatGPT and a custom cancer vaccine. Now, if this doesn't tell you a lot about our medical industry, because here's a guy just trying to save his dog, which I love that part of the story. You guys know how I feel about dogs. So AI is revolutionizing a lot of good things. It's not just what we said. So, from art to engineering. So this is an Australian guy. He wants to save his rescue dog. So he takes AI tools and he designs a bespoke mRNA vaccine. Now, remember, he didn't have some billion-dollar R&D budget or hundreds of millions like these companies spend over and over again telling us they're trying to cure. This guy basically goes in. Now, follow this closely. So his dog's got these tumors. So he goes in and takes a sample of the sample of the tumor. And he goes to ChatGPT and does this incredible deal where he kind of just analyzes in reverse. So he sequences Rose's DNA and the DNA of the tumor. He has no biology expertise. He fed the data into ChatGPT and he comes up with a plan. And he uses Google's AlphaFold to model mutated proteins and identify drug targets. He designs the vaccine collaborating with this UNSW's RNA Institute. He refines the designs, and then he used XAI's Grok for the final touches. So he comes up with this custom mRNA vaccine. He gives it to the dog, and the tumors shrink in half. Now, my argument would be, why the hell can't we do this for people? Because I'm going to contend that the medical industry doesn't want to do this. Now, this just goes to tell you, I mean, this is incredible. Major obstacles he overcame. If he was in Australia, if he was in the U.S., it probably would have never got approved, right? He tried to go through all the ethics approvals. That was the biggest delay. It took longer than the AI analysis, of course. He drove 10 hours for Rosie's first injection. And let's play the clip. This is a crazy story when you think about it, because in my opinion, they could be doing this for people, but they're not. Let's play the clip.
Professor Pal Torderson from the University of New South Wales join us now. G'day to you, gents. Hello to the beautiful Rose here, looking fit and healthy. Paul, incredible story this. Vets told you that Rose had just months to live, but you refused to give up and you turned to a chatbot instead.
Rose is my best mate, and she's been with me through really tough times, through a breakup, through hard business deals, walks in the forest. And when she was handed this sentence, I felt I had to do my part for her as well. Yeah.
So what did you do? Walk us through it.
Well, we took her tumor, we sequenced the DNA, we converted it from tissue to data, and then we used that to sort of search for the problem in her DNA, and then develop a cure based off that.
And ChatGPT found that?
ChatGPT assisted throughout the entire process.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Have you got a tech background?
Yes. Yep. Yep.
That's just amazing. Pal, the RNA Institute is the one that created the vaccine for Rose based on Paul's AI code. Were you sceptical at first when you heard about this?
Surely.
I was a bit, probably mainly just I thought this might take too long. And I guess one of the things we learned from this process too, the technology, even though we've been working with similar mRNA for years, I just didn't think we could do this quickly, and it would be in time to really help Rosie. So it's just been an amazing project for us to be involved in.
So how quickly did you manage to turn it around, turn it into a vaccine and be able to give it to Rose?
Yeah, so once we had the sequence that Paul designed, it was less than 2 months from that point till we handed it over to Paul, who took it to the vet to help her.
And Paul, how quickly did Rose start responding?
Right, so it took about a month.
Wow.
At the start of December, she was her mobility was way down. She was starting to shut down and be a bit sad. And towards the end of January, she was jumping over a fence to chase a rabbit.
Oh my goodness. You must be over the moon. This is life-changing.
Yeah, sure. I think it's added considerable lifespan and health span to Rose, yeah.
Paul, if this works for a dog, like if we now get excited about what else it could do, is there any chance this could reshape the future for treating, cancer in humans?
Absolutely, and there are companies, including Moderna, who are working on personalized cancer vaccines. But I think what this taught me is two things. We can actually do this here. We don't have to necessarily rely on foreign companies to help us doing this. That means we can democratize this technology in Australia. And we can also use it for other diseases, possibly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Neurological diseases, for instance.
Paul, I know Ali's got a really important question she wants to...
Thank you, Air's mommy, for your $50 donation. Good doggy stories. Thank you. We appreciate it. Helps out a lot.
Yeah. So think about that. $3,000. He shrunk the tumors in half. Now you tell me, with the amount of money that goes in the R&D with all these big firms, Johnson & Johnson, Moderna, Pfizer, this guy sequences and makes a vaccine in under 2 months. Of course, he was giving it to an animal, so I'm sure the approvals, they weren't as stringent as it would have been to a human. They would have wanted it testing and the timeline. And of course, I don't know if it'll be successful in completely getting rid of Rosie's cancer, but he did give her quality of life back, her fur grew back, and a bunch of other things. My point is, this is a good use of AI.
Wait a minute. I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Why do you need approval if you're giving it to your own dog? Or even if you're going to do it for yourself? Fuck you. Why do you need FDA approval? You're not giving it out to anybody else. You're using it on yourself. So if you have, let's say, God forbid, you get a diagnosis of cancer, and they do whatever they do. What they do? They took samples. What?
Sample of the tumor, and they sequence turn the tumor into data. And that data is how they analyzed and reverse engineered the mRNA vaccine.
Well, the AI did that.
Correct.
Okay, so fuck. I mean, I would get it done for myself if it ever came down to that. Why wouldn't?
I don't know how difficult it would be here in the U.S. to do it. I don't know if they would make it harder than it should be. You're right. If you wanted to inject yourself with some kind of an experimental vaccine, you should have the right to do that. But of course, you've got, obstruction like the FDA. Would a company here be willing to re-engineer it, reverse engineer it? And would the costs not go through the roof? I have no idea. I mean, the fact that he did this for under $3,000 is pretty friggin' incredible. Of course, he did a lot of the work and AI did a lot of the work, but it just goes to show how amazing AI could be. But of course, the healthcare industry would probably hate if George Ballantyne treated himself, because what do they want to do? Yeah, they want him to go to the hospital and go through chemo and all the other crap that really doesn't work. And they want to charge the hospital hundreds of thousands, if not $1 million, if they could get away with it. That's how it works. That's the way they charge things. So this is a great story. I loved it when I saw it. He's already been contacted by hundreds of other pet owners that wanted to know, could he do it for them? So pretty interesting stuff. Pet owners really have gotten behind him, and they're, been reposting the posts. And I don't know how the medical industry is going to react to this. Probably not happily, George.
Well, they never are if you're going to cut into their profits. Oh, I mean, just like you said, there's no chemo, there's none of their therapies and all this shit and hell to put you through, lose your hair and all that. I mean, Russia has a vaccine for cancer now.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's fully out or whatever. I thought it was. It might be. I remember us talking about it not too long ago. But whatever. I mean, shit. Well, if I have cancer they don't want to do here, I'll just go to another country. What? They can't stop me from doing that. I mean, why would you, you have something let me see. Maybe I got to spend $5,000, get my get it sequenced, give it to AI. Yo, reverse engineer, come up with a cure vaccine. Oh, here it is. Now you just need someone with a biologist to make it for you. This is what I need you to make. Make it. Stick it in you and you're good. Versus puking over the toilet. You feel like your veins are burning. You're losing your hair. You feel like you're dying. Gee, that's a hard, tough decision. But you know, them fucking big pharma, they have too much control.
Yeah.
Just like with crypto. Why the banking systems, they have so much control. That's why they're fighting us on every step of the way with crypto. Where aren't you motherfuckers? All right.
Yeah.
We got another AI thing. And I mean, we did a what if story, then we did a good story. This is it could be good, could be bad, I don't know. But they say
a mixed bill here.
Huh?
This is kind of a mixed bill, this next one.
Well, this happened in the last 12 hours. I mean, this is a CEO of a $200 billion company. He said on camera that 35% of the new grads won't find jobs. He says Meta made $165 billion last year and is still firing 15,000 people because apparently record profit isn't profitable enough. Oh, I mean, how much money you need to make? They said, this one I saw the video of a guy, some random guy in Florida, sold his entire house in 5 days using ChatGPT. So what happens? No real estate agent. They don't get no commission, no experience. He just did it with a $20 subscription.
Yeah.
Bet.
And AI advised him in that story. It advised him, you know, where to paint and to move things around. It kind of even said, if you want the house to look this much better, paint this room, do this. Gave him suggestions on colors. He did it all and had it sold in 5 days and got to keep all the commission himself, which, you know, no joke on houses nowadays, expensive they've gotten. These commissions are massive. And why would you just give away a commission? The real estate agencies must hate this story.
What is this? Tinder wants access to your camera roll. Your drunk. Well, if you use these apps, if you're gonna load pictures of yourself, you have to give it access to your camera roll, bro. Like, I don't understand that one.
There's something about they want to be able to go into your camera roll, even if you're not uploading photos, and they're calling it a vibe check. I don't know exactly what they
something different.
But I guess it would have access to your camera. So if you let's say that you had already loaded up an image and you agreed to this. Allegedly, if you went out this weekend and took a bunch of pictures of yourself, maybe you were partying and drinking and whatever, and it's on your camera. Maybe you weren't going to post any of those, but it might give you a vibe check. And then that vibe check might be available as far as what people's perception, like, oh, I drank way too much this weekend. I don't know exactly how it's going to work, but I don't really want not because I have anything weird in my phone, but maybe you have some photos you took of like your dog or something else. And do you really want AI going in there, or do you really want Tinder going in there, or TikTok or anybody else going in and taking a look at all that stuff? I don't think I would. I mean, and I don't have any weird photos on my phone. It's not like you're going to find something creepy on my phone. I don't even take that many photos. But the point is, that seems to be pretty intrusive. Now, here's another one. The CEO of who created Uber, of course, left taxi drivers broke. We know that all those medallions in New York, everything went down in value. A lot of those guys invested in those medallions as an example. Not that I'm saying that made sense even in itself. But now he's building robots, which a lot of people are saying apparently ruining one industry wasn't enough for this guy. He's talking about these robots he's building to replace lots of working employees. So anybody that's telling you that AI isn't going to cost a lot of jobs. Now, Elon Musk has got this thing he posts all the time, and he's saying, oh, don't worry about it. Everybody's going to have lots of income. I don't understand where that income's coming from, George. Do you? He keeps posting about there's going to be universal income for everyone. Don't worry. I am worried. I'm not trusting anybody to give me universal. And would I want anybody to have control of me because they're giving me money every month and they can just turn it off if they don't like like they could watch our show today and say, we don't like what you guys did. We're shutting off your money. You know, I don't think universal income coming from a government agency or anywhere else sounds like a very good idea to me.
Well, I mean, even if you're getting universal income, you can still go out and work, I guess. Right? Make your own.
Well, if you can find a job. The point of the matter is Yeah, and I believe, sure, a lot of people that are, we're pretty innovative, but there are going to be a lot of people that are going to struggle. I can tell you right now, a lot of jobs are going to get lost. Anybody that's telling you otherwise is full of shit.
Okay.
And I guess, I guess they're talking about how software is dead. Now, I don't know if you've seen this lately, how these big impacts on software companies' stock prices, because people like the CEO of Anthropic and others will come out. Like Anthropic just removed the limit on how long their AI can think and then doubled everyone's usage for free. Because, Anthropic, you got to pay over Claude. Because when the product is addictive enough, you just give away the first taste away. You know what I mean? Hey, I got a little something for you. Give it a taste. This is going to be life-changing. So hopefully in our audience, hopefully you guys, there's free Anthropic classes. There's classes on YouTube. I would recommend you start taking some of those AI classes and think outside the box a little bit, because I think things are really changing rapidly. All right. Well, I know we got to take a break, huh, George?
I guess we'll take one. I don't know. Yeah, we'll take a quick one. All right, we'll be right back. Don't go nowhere. Lots to cover. We're going to talk about the shit that's going on with conservative influencers. It's a fucked up game out there right now. We'll be right back. Don't go nowhere.
Are you ready to stand up for your community and support your local sheriff? Join the Constitutional Sheriffs and Peace Officers Association and become a vital member of the Sheriff's Citizens Posse. At CSPOA.org, we empower citizens like you through weekly webinars, arming you with the knowledge to back your constitutional county sheriff. Together, we can uphold our Constitution and ensure liberty and justice for all. Your community needs you now more than ever. Visit CSPOA.org and join the Sheriff's Citizens Posse today. Make a difference. Stand for freedom. That's CSPOA.org. Your country, your fight, your future.
What if you could predict your financial future? And what if you could trade on it? Introducing Block Trust IRA, the future in your hands. An astonishing 88,000 millionaires were created last year from the Bitcoin boom, and you could be next. Block Trust IRA is the only crypto management firm powered by AI-driven strategies, ranked #1 in the world by Bitcoin Magazine. The Block Trust IRA platform is built for everyone, from first-time buyers to seasoned investors. Predictive AI technology that was once only reserved for insiders and elites is now available to you. It's time to leave the old buy and hold strategies behind. Your assets are protected with military-grade security, offline cold storage, and $200 million in insurance. Visit BlockTrustIRA.com to book your free consultation and ask how to claim up to $2,500 in deposit bonuses today. Bitcoin changed the game. AI changes the strategy.
Hi folks, I'm here today to introduce you to the Prepper Bar from PrepperBar.com, the most unique precious metals product we have seen in a long time. These 62-gram bars are perforated and easily broken down into your choice of 3 different sizes to fit a multitude of needs. Whether it be from asset protection from inflation, economic turmoil, or its unique utility for barter and trade, the Prepper Bar makes a perfect gift for all the precious metal lovers out there. Exclusively made here in the USA and selling out fast. Available in both gold and silver, these slim Prepper Bars fit neatly in your wallet, and their utility enables use in any situation.
Forged through rigorous training and honed by the finest instructors on earth, these canine units serve beside our nation's warriors as they fight to preserve what we cherish. When these warriors complete their duty, the Warrior Dog Foundation provides them with a home deserving of the service they've given us all. At our state-of-the-art kennels, they receive rehabilitation and care suitable for heroes, because that's what they are. Be a part of giving them a future today. Visit WarriorDogFoundation.org.
I don't know. Welcome back to the Big Mig Show. Did I put the wrong thing? Maybe. I don't know. Sorry. I was so busy talking with Lance that I forgot the commercial ended. Anyway, just going to get into it. I ain't doing no more reads right now. So I actually jumped around. Sorry, Lance, I did that. But there's so much fighting going on with influencers on X. I mean, it's crazy. You guys all just keep doing that shit, and you're just sowing division and chaos, and you're blowing the midterms if we even have a chance. But you ain't making it easier, I can tell you that. But listen, Laura Loomer, she's a great investigative journalist. She finds stuff. But there's a statement she said, and I have to wholeheartedly disagree with her on this. So I'll put it up her post. She goes, I have created a list of conservative influencers who I believe are taking money from Iran, Russia, and Qatar. I've attached my supporting evidence. As I told the DOJ, Tucker Carlson isn't the only person who's likely violating FARA. All these traitors deserve jail time. Now, we know Iran, Qatar, Russia, probably a bunch of other countries do pay influencers. Laura Loomer allegedly gets paid by Israel. And I said allegedly because I'm going to cover my ass. So, I mean, the conservatives here are so cheap they don't want to pay nobody. What do you expect people are going to do? You're going to get paid to post, or so post. You don't have to follow them. Or you could just you can reply to their post with your source, your information with proof, proving them wrong if that's the case. It is what it is. It's a dog-eat-dog world, but now you want to start snitching on them and saying you have Trump's ear and you're sending it to DOJ? What kind of bullshit is that? That's crazy. I mean, if you just go on X, I mean, just not only this, there's so much infighting on this group, that group, this one, that one. It's ridiculous. You're wasting your time doing all that shit when you should be focused more on getting this country fixed, but whatever.
Mark Levin, I can't figure out. He's kind of been a never Trumper.
Mark Levin?
Yeah.
Well, he was an never Trumper, right? And then I don't know him, Hannity, whatever. I can't stand watching him. I can't stand his voice. You know. Fuck him.
That's a good impersonation. Yeah, but you know, the part of the infighting, in my opinion, has been triggered by, promises made, promises not kept. I think that's triggered it. I agree with you that a lot of the infighting is unnecessary. I see people burning MAGA hats now. So some people, burning MAGA hats.
There is a person on Rumble. I actually said something to a post. Hold on. You talk. Let me go find my reply.
Yeah. So it's going on, but I think part of it's been triggered by the administration. We thought there was going to be all these deep state arrests. We were all thrilled when Kash Patel got selected. I didn't know enough about Pam Bondi to think that Donald Trump would make another mistake with an AG. Is it a mistake? I don't know. Is it some kind of a psyop? I have no idea. It just doesn't seem like what I thought was going to happen. I sure thought by now we'd see a whole lot of deep staters sitting in the hoos cow. That's what I thought. I guess I was mistaken. So the infighting is based on some of that. A lot of people are angry. They feel like they voted for Donald Trump, and they thought that, like the J6 committee, are they going to just be allowed to walk away? Are we really going to leave all those auto pen pardons in place for those people? Do they deserve it? I mean, I keep hoping that Mike Flynn and Roger Stone will be repaid the money they spent. Presidential pardons are great with the exception, I said on the show before, you have to admit guilt. Is a presidential pardon, shouldn't a lot of those cases be vacated with prejudice? And shouldn't those people be issued a certificate of innocence? That's really the process that should happen. It's a longer process, but I don't see the DOJ arresting any of their prosecutors that lied. I don't see them sanctioning them or firing them for that. A lot of those people still have jobs all over the nation. I would argue that a lot of the people in the Department of Justice, a lot of people sitting in the judiciary should be arrested. I think they've committed, treason against United States citizens, honestly. We know that the J6 committee, was a Fed surrection. We know that at this point. There's no doubt. How come nobody's been arrested for it, their participation? How about Nancy Pelosi? A lot of people still walking around. Hillary Clinton, like no big deal. And now, did you see Hillary Clinton, George, is put up a product on her site challenging to charge her with contempt, making fun of the DOJ on some kind of a website she has where she sells products.
She's making fun of the DOJ?
Yeah. Basically saying, contempt my ass kind of a thing.
Well, I mean, fuck it. Why not? You know what? Good for her. Good for Hillary Clinton, because DOJ ain't going to do shit anyway. So good. Mock them.
Yeah.
Why not? They ain't going to do shit anyway, so we mock them here.
Social, and I basically told him the only way to win the midterms at this point, and I tagged Trump, Scavino, J.D. Vance, and Pam Bondi, and I said, Pam, if you don't have the balls to do the job, resign. If you can't make these arrests, then resign. I don't know that anybody saw it. It got some traction over on True Social, but I put it up because I was angry. I didn't get what I voted for.
Oh, I know where I put it.
What are you looking for, George? You're looking for something like that?
Hold on. No.
Anyway.
So here's a person, Shannon Joy. I think she's on Rumble, right? Shannon Joy. She put out a post. All they got was a lousy hat. Now they're torching them. The MAGA psyop is dead. It's over. With a video.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. We're getting a lot of that. People are unhappy. They really don't. They want accountability. And the J6ers, I mean, they shouldn't have got just presidential pardons. Those cases should be vacated with prejudice, and they should get certificates of innocence. But, the minute they do that, then the DOJ would become financially liable, because you could take them under a Bivens 1983 or a civil rights case, deprivation of rights under color of law, Title 18, 241, 242, 1512, a lot of different things you could apply. So tough stuff.
You watched the Oscars last night? Yeah, me either.
Fuck them.
No,
I'm over. I gotta be honest. I'm over Hollywood. I don't know about you guys in the audience. I'm over Hollywood celebrities. I'm tired of them. It's interesting. Our friends over at On the Rocks, John Rocker and Steve Hickman, did the other day called "Shut Your Pie Hole." It was about what Gene Simmons had said from Kiss about celebrities spouting off and talking shit about politics, and I'm over them. And I don't trust Hollywood anymore. I used to think Hollywood, in my own head, I thought it was an amazing, entertainment thing. And I enjoyed watching all these actors. I'm stuck now, because I'll run the TV when I'm, when I'm working, and just noise in the background keeps the dogs a little more relaxed. And, I'll have something running. I find myself.
You don't get shit done. Damn.
Well, running in the background.
Come on, let's go. It's all right, bro. We got to go. We got a lot of shit to cover. We're going to bounce around, I guess. I'll just cover this real quick. So Trump's FCC chairman vows to strip licenses from fake news media peddling Iran war propaganda. Wait a minute. What about all the other propaganda they're peddling? You don't want to strip the license for that, but you only want to do it because of the Iran stuff? See, this is the bullshit. And he ain't going to strip any licenses. He ain't taking CNN, MSNBC, or MS Now. They're not taking those licenses. He's full of shit.
How many times have I said this?
A lot of times. I know, but he just came out with this post, this big story.
About
he ain't
fucking
doing shit. Get over yourself. And Lance has been saying this for fucking forever.
If their license is for giving factual news, if that's what it's about news, accurate news reporting, and they're not doing it, snatch their license. I don't give a shit. Put them out of business.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll do it like you said, but let's talk about this retired police officer and a school bus driver.
This retired police officer who is now a school bus driver. He left his job rather than take off his MAGA hat. And they say the school district banning the MAGA hat should be defunded. Well, they should be. But is it the school district, or is it a bus company, or is it both? I don't know, but you know what? Kudos to that man for doing it. We have a video. We'll play it.
Is this hat worth the heartache?
To me, it is. If that wasn't a condition of my employment, I'd be back to work tomorrow. I miss the kids. Those kids and I had a great relationship.
But a complaint from one of Mr. Dave's Bus 73 students about his Make America Great Again hat has brought that relationship to a screeching halt.
I get a phone call from my boss at Christ Transportation. And she contacts me and says, hey, listen, I'm going to buy you a hat, an American flag hat, because The school district has deemed that they don't want you to wear the Make America Great Again hat.
Dave Bonhoff, a retired Baltimore County police officer turned Littlestown area school bus driver, says he chose to walk away before afternoon drop-off, claiming the district and Christ Transportation violated his freedom of speech.
There's nothing in this hat that says anything about partisanship.
What do you say to people who may argue that the hat is pretty synonymous with President Donald Trump, a political figure?
I would say that they're incorrect. I would say that making America great is what we should all strive to be. Anybody who doesn't want America to prosper, I take issue with them.
Al Moyer, Littlestown area's superintendent of schools, clarified over the phone that Bonhoff was an employee of Christ Transportation, not the district, but that it was the district's belief that, quote, school districts need to be neutral on sensitive issues. In a statement, Christ Transportation denied giving Bonhoff any ultimatums over the hat, but says it does have a dress code policy, which says, quote, any item of apparel with text or graphics deemed inappropriate by management, including political sentiments, are prohibited.
I want to be able to express myself. I don't want somebody to tell me, well, my feelings are hurt. You got to take that hat off.
Well, you know what they should do?
A kid on that bus
Hold on.
snitched him out.
Whatever. Or a parent seen it. But this is what somebody should do. Find another bus driver who's probably conservative. Give them some kind of liberal hat and let them wear the hat for a while and see if anything happens. Like a week or two. If nothing, then put an anonymous complaint and see if the school does anything about it. And then we'll know.
Good way to catch him.
Huh? Yeah, you like that, eh?
I think that if I was the company and that kid had snitched out like that, I would have told that kid to shut the fuck up.
All right, so we got to go to this because while everybody's talking about Netanyahu, no one's talking about Virginia. But if you've seen videos of the Virginia voters, they're out there in front of Capitol with their ARs. You know, they're allowed to carry them, all vested up. I mean, they're pissed.
They were giving away 30-round magazines out in front, too. For free.
I don't know. So Democratic lawmakers, they wrote themselves a beautiful exception from their own draconian gun ban. Listen to this shit. In this gun ban bill, in the fine print, it says the provision shall not apply to any member of the General Assembly. So, it's rules for thee, but not for me. That's liberal hypocrisy at its best. What?
I just think it's unbelievable. And, you know, equal application of the law, you know, this governor.
Well, they write the law, so.
And of course, now they get to have the exemption. Isn't that nice? You get a full exemption. Get out of jail free card. Everybody else is breaking the law, but not you. You get to do whatever you want. I got to tell you, the people out of Virginia ought to go up there and yank these people out of there and tell them, you're done. We don't want you. Unbelievable. This is disgusting. I don't care whether it's a gun law or any other law.
Video.
Yeah, let's play it.
Madam President, I wish the senator from Eastern Fairfax could hear himself. Because we think this job has gotten dangerous in the last couple of years. Well, how many Virginians out there believe that they're in a situation where they need to protect themselves? But yet we don't listen to them. Well, not me, but this body's not going to listen to them because they think they need to have this protection. We're going to carve something out for General Assembly members. That to me is beyond the pale. General Assembly, we are a citizen legislature. We are citizens just like everybody else. We go back home. We interact with their constituents. We're a part of the community. We are no better than anybody else. And we should never vote for a bill that gives us a special privilege over any other citizen.
Senator from Western.
Yeah, well, you voted Democrat, liberal, or did you? Was it rigged? I don't know.
They are citizens. They don't have an exception. They're not demigods. That same speech you just gave could apply to our federal Congress. They're doing this kind of bullshit. It's like the insider trading. They've given themselves this exclusion where they can insider trade. You can't. Screw you if you try to. We're going to arrest you. We're going to jail you. You're going to go to federal prison. But here we are. More of the same. Canada screwed the pooch, man.
What they do?
And they screwed the USA in the process.
Huh?
This is Melissa Lansman. We're going to play in this video. Here she is explaining that hundreds of Iranian Revolutionary Guard terrorists are using Canada as a base because of their soft touch immigration policies. And if you look at her face, she looks terrified. They've ruined Canada. They've got these Revolutionary Guard terrorists in their country. They've given them immigration policy that protects them. Their liberal legal system is protecting them. Listen to what she has to say. Now realize this is on our border. This is literally going on right next door. We're at war with these people, and they're operating, and they're using Canada as a base to do it from. This doesn't sound good for us. More crap from Canada. Tell you what, I think we ought to just invade Canada, take it over, and let's make it the part of the U.S. But here we go. Listen to this crap.
There have always been conflicts abroad, and rarely have we seen them spill into our streets the way that we have since this liberal government has been in power. We now know from the Iranian community right across the country, from many others, that there are hundreds of IRGC agents presently on Canadian soil, using Canada as a safe haven to organize and to fundraise and to terrorize diaspora communities right here at home. We have seen now critics of the Iranian regime from out west, an investigation now being treated as a homicide, somebody who is critical of that regime. We see constantly, and particularly as an MP from a region who represents many in that community, on a weekly basis, those calls coming into our office, informing MPs and at all levels of government, including authorities, that they are terrified of living within their own communities. The hundreds of agents that are here today live in Canada with complete impunity, and we have a liberal government that has done absolutely nothing to stop it. We've seen violence against businesses, gunshots into Iranian activist businesses. We've seen terrorism in the Jewish community. We now are amongst nations that lead the world in attacks against Jewish institutions. Today we are calling on the government to table a plan to get rid of these terrorists that are on Canadian soil.
On Canadian soil. Maybe we need to put a wall over there too. Why not?
Yeah.
Cover
Crazy.
the southern border.
We're at war with these people, and we got agents operating inside of Canada right next door. All right. You know, if you guys know much about military technology, the dollars are going down. You've seen a lot of these companies producing inexpensive drones, solutions. Of course, the military industrial complex isn't happy about these newbies coming into their protected environment. They've been overcharging the U.S. government for decades. Man pads have always been pretty expensive. If you know much about these, is man portable air defense systems. They're short-range, shoulder-fired surface-to-air missiles, relatively dangerous. They're designed to be carried and operated by one or two individuals. They use to engage like low-flying aircraft, helicopters, drones. They primarily use infrared guidance systems, right? And they usually weigh about, 28 to 55 pounds. For stuff that you would know, common ones, you've heard of the U.S. Stinger, I'm sure. You've probably heard of the Russian Verba. I don't know about the Chinese QW series, all similar designs. And typically, every government pays around $100,000 to $500,000 per unit for those units. You've seen that we've been concerned some of those Stingers got left behind in Afghanistan. They ended up on the dark web. George used to joke on the show. He found somebody said he was going to buy me one for his Christmas. He reneged on it. I never got that Christmas Stinger. Thought I was gonna. I was pretty excited about it, but then he didn't deliver. I don't know what happened, but you can find them on the black market. But this guy produces a usable man pad for $96. and he puts the designs up. Supposedly there's an investigation maybe going on. Not that he's in trouble, but he was just showing. So, common man pads, the Stingers are 120 to 200,000 per missile. The Mistral 3, which is France, is 545,000, and the Vampire system is 1.4 million. $96. So, the more sophisticated stuff gets, the more expensive it gets. But AI is changing. This guy used AI for this. So he created this. Let's show the clip, George. This is pretty interesting.
Wait a second. You just said the guy is getting in trouble for showing it. You want us?
They're investigating that he put the plans up online.
Well, it's in the video, right?
No, I don't think the investigation.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Oh,
I mean, do you really want to show the video?
Well, yeah, but it doesn't show all the details. It's fine. It's not going to do anything. Come on, just go ahead and show the video.
I got nothing to do with this government. If anything happens, go after Lance, not me.
Thanks, George.
You're welcome.
This is a folding fin, canard stabilized rocket. I initiated this project as a proof of concept for a low-cost man-pad system using 3D printed parts and consumer electronics. Here is a demonstration of the canards. And the procedure for loading the rocket. The total cost of the launcher and rocket system is approximately $96. While this prototype functions as a standalone platform, it was designed as a component within a larger experimental system. One direction I am exploring is integrating it with a distributed camera node tracking network. In this concept, multiple camera nodes triangulate the position of an airborne target and generate real-time XYZ coordinates. Those coordinates are transmitted to the launcher, which compares the target position with its own GPS and compass data to determine an optimal launch orientation. Once a rocket is launched, the camera nodes continue tracking both the rocket and the target simultaneously. Updated positional data is transmitted back to the launcher and then forwarded to the rocket, allowing the onboard flight computer to continuously calculate the relative position between itself and the target. The long-term goal is to explore how low-cost sensors, distributed tracking, and small autonomous vehicles can be combined into scalable systems built with accessible tools and rapid prototyping. Now, let's take a closer look at how the system is structured and how each of the major components work together. Once a rocket is inserted into the launcher and the umbilical cord is connected, the system is ready for initialization. Activating the primary system switch powers the launcher and creates a Wi-Fi network that connects to my computer. Through this interface, I can monitor key telemetry including system state, roll angle, roll rate, and servo response. The second switch arms the rocket by activating its internal battery. At that moment, the onboard IMU quickly measures the rocket current roll orientation relative to the ground. It compares this measurement with the calibrated orientation data and automatically adjusts the fin control logic and software. This allows the control surfaces to respond correctly regardless of the exact rotational position of the rocket inside the launch tube. Once armed and calibrated, the system is ready to fire. Holding the trigger for 1 second sends a command from the launcher to the rocket, which closes the switch connected to an electrical match that ignites the rocket motor. The design process began in Open Rocket, where I evaluated aerodynamic characteristics such as center of pressure, center of gravity, and overall flight stability to determine an optimal configuration. After establishing the aerodynamic layout, I designed the entire mechanical assembly in Fusion 360 while accounting for manufacturability with consumer-grade 3D printing. Most structural components are printed in PLA and assembled using threaded heated inserts, machine screws, and custom torsion springs formed from piano wire. Multiple design iterations were produced and tested throughout development, allowing the mechanism, particularly the folding fin system, to be refined until it operated consistently and reliably. The launcher assembly is controlled by an ESP32 microcontroller and contains several sensors used for system monitoring and future development. These include a QMC5883L compass for heading information, a Neo6M GPS module for global positioning, a BMP180 barometric sensor for altitude estimation, and status indicators such as LEDs, and a buzzer for debugging and system feedback. Communication between the launcher and the rocket is handled through an umbilical cord connections that carries TX and RX serial lines. Inside the rocket itself is another ESP32 microcontroller, paired with an MPU 6050 inertial measurement unit that provides orientation and angular velocity data during flight. The control surfaces are stabilized using a proportional derivative control loop that adjusts the canards based on measured orientation changes. In addition, the system architecture supports global positioning through the GPS, compass, and barometric sensors, which allow future integration with external tracking systems that require real-time XYZ position in a 3D environment. The propulsion system uses a solid rocket motor made from a mixture of potassium nitrate and sugar in a 65-35 ratio. The propellant is melted and cast into a PVC casing to form the motor grain. The nozzle was designed and 3D printed, then epoxied into the motor assembly. Several static burn tests were performed to evaluate ignition reliability and thrust characteristics before integrating the motor with the rocket airframe. Modern tools, additive manufacturing, consumer electronics, and rapid prototyping have shattered the old barriers that once confined advanced hardware to well-funded laboratories. This prototype explores what happens when these tools are pushed into defense, creating systems that are powerful, modular, and scalable in ways that were once impossible. As the cost of precision continues to collapse, capabilities once reserved for powerful institutions are beginning to diffuse outward, reshaping who has access to advanced technology and who can defend themselves.
Video's over.
Yeah, I know. I was just looking for something.
Crazy.
Somebody just said in our chat, so now I got to go to TS to look for your post? Come on. Simple question there, skunk. She said that Susan Wiles just stepped down. I don't know. You talk. Let me go fucking look for it now.
That would be good. But here's the thing, pretty interesting. 3D printing, AI, obviously a very bright young man. Probably going to get
hold on.
I get a full ride scholarship to MIT. Go ahead, George.
It's saying, here's a leading report. Trump Chief of Staff Susan Wiles has been diagnosed with early stage breast cancer. Susan Wiles, I got a guy in Australia who just cured his dog. He could help. Just saying.
Yeah. There's a lot of cures, but I'd rather she step down, to be honest with you. Maybe we'll get something done.
Trump announced it too. Susan Wiles. You know what's funny?
Yes, sir.
On X, when Laura Loomer was talking about how she's, investigates people working in Trump admin for this and that, and I said to her, I says, well, why haven't you investigated Susan Wiles, or did you warn Trump about Susan Wiles? That was yesterday. Boom, look. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Shit. I took a couple of pokes over the last couple weeks about that, saying that you may have people around. Anyway, here's the thing. That
Who do you think he's going to pick?
Duty stuff when you think about the bad part of it, but also here's an individual that ought to get hired by the Department of Defense immediately, because maybe he can bring down the costs of what we're doing. Clearly very bright. All right, let's talk about this.
Wait, who do you think he's going to pick?
For who? Is she stepped down?
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't say step down. You
I
said
did.
Breast cancer.
First thing I said is that it said that she stepped down.
Okay, that's confirmed now. Okay.
Yeah, Trump put out a post too.
Probably Marco Rubio. He just needs one more job.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, maybe get Marco Rubio.
Imagine that.
George, do you want to cover this last one?
Oh, yeah, why not? Sure. I mean, let me read the headline for you guys. CIA Director John Ratcliffe has just put out a bombshell intelligence report finding that the Obama administration ordered the FBI not to investigate or pursue criminal charges against Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. Tell us something we don't know. We knew this. I mean, Lance, are you surprised and shocked about this?
Not at all. Of course, that would be considered misprisions of a felony. The question is, the Department of Justice going to do anything about it? We got it. So this is and I guess accuse your enemy. Hillary Clinton's the king of that. Do what you're doing, and this is Democrats in a nutshell. Very famous quote by Karl Marx, the father of communism. Accuse your enemy of what you are doing, as you are doing it to create confusion. Hillary Clinton's an expert on that one. But listen, this is serious. My opinion would be the FBI agents that complied should be prosecuted, and Barack Obama should be arrested for this, covering up a crime that you know is a crime. That's misprisions of a felony. There's crimes on the books. Doesn't matter. You don't have presidential immunity when you intentionally commit a crime, which is a violation of our federal statutes, and you know you're committing a crime. So, we knew this. Let's play the clip just so the audience can kind of get a grip on this.
Okay. Interesting stuff here.
About what the Obama Justice Department ordered federal lawyers to do and not to do concerning the Hillary Clinton email investigation. Chief Intelligence Correspondent Catherine Herridge tells us in sworn testimony on Capitol Hill, one of the insiders told lawmakers what she was told.
During closed-door testimony last summer, former FBI lawyer Lisa Page said the Obama administration's Justice Department advised the FBI not to pursue the gross negligence statute for Hillary Clinton in the mishandling of classified information. Former U.S. Attorney and House Republican John Ratcliffe led the line of questioning about the statute, known as 18 U.S.C. 793. Ratcliffe, you're making it sound like it was the department that told you you're not going to charge gross negligence because we're the prosecutors. Page interrupted. That is correct. Page's testimony appears to conflict with then FBI Director James Comey's recommendation in July 2016 against criminal charges for Clinton.
What I can assure the American people is that this investigation was done honestly, competently, and independently. No outside influence of any kind was brought to bear.
Bullshit.
Bullshit is right. But again, DOJ prosecutors involved, FBI agents involved. You tell me, should they all be arrested? Because if you did it, you'd be going to fucking jail. All right. You guys know about Palantir has created this product. It's ingrained throughout our federal government. They're involved in so many steps now. Well, ex-Palantir insider dropping a big bombshell. I'm in dialogue with him right now. I'm trying to set up a time to get him on the show. I don't have it locked in yet. He's got a hectic schedule the next week or two, is what he told me. Hopefully, I'm going to get him on. So big tech is allegedly, based on this ex-Palantir executive, is trying to seize control of the U.S. government from inside out. This gentleman has come forward with allegations that the surveillance powerhouse, Palantir, is systematically embedding itself in the heart of the U.S. government. This started out Kim.com, which I'm not a huge fan of, but this guy, I checked him out. He's legit. Looks like this whistleblower is saying that the company is intentionally taking over the U.S. government by placing former employees in key positions and funding related efforts, labeling it a terrorist entity, infiltrating our government and the system. So I guess this whistleblower shared screenshots showing how Palantir executives have blocked him. And why would they? His name is Indy G. He's the founder and CEO of Plasma Grid, an innovation AI venture focused on groundbreaking applications. He previously served as commercial district director at Palantir Technologies. So again, the guy seems legit. I'm going to try to get him on, but really the story is this got started, Kim.com kind of got on top of it. And this whistleblower came out, immediately started engaging Kim, and it looks like it's all legitimate. Right now, the post is going viral. People are all over the story. Cross your fingers. I'm going to try to get him on for an in-person interview. We'll get some direct intel. I'll keep you guys posted, but just pay attention to this story. Palantir is extremely powerful, and they're ingrained in every section of our federal government. Their intelligence platforms have given them access to a lot of information, pretty incredible stuff that they do. But again, maybe not so. I think they were responsible for identifying the strikes that were first taken by in Iran. One of those happened to be that school. So they made a mistake right out of the gate. You have to wonder what their real intent is. Who knows? We'll keep an eye on the story. We'll keep you posted. All right, you know what to do. If you love the show, take the short form, take the long form. Leave us a comment, leave a reply. If you like any stories you'd like us to cover, email us at info@thebigmig.com. If you'd like to sponsor the show, info@bigmig.com. We're always happy to do it. We can also offer you the radio show. Of course, Crypto Power Hour. So lots of eyeballs, lots of real opportunity. George B., last words, my brother.
It's Monday. Have a great day. Stay vigilant out there. Keep your eyes on the prize. Stay blessed. We'll catch you tomorrow. Love you guys.
I might have to let it drop. I said, gotta do
Are you ready to stand up for your community and support your local sheriff? Join the Constitutional Sheriffs and Peace Officers Association and become a vital member of the Sheriff's Citizens Posse. At CSPOA.org, we empower citizens like you through weekly webinars, arming you with the knowledge to back your constitutional county sheriff. Together, we can uphold our Constitution and ensure liberty and justice for all. Your community needs you now more than ever. Visit CSPOA.org and join the Sheriff's Citizens Posse today. Make a difference. Stand for freedom. That's CSPOA.org. Your country, your fight, your future.
What if you could predict your financial future? And what if you could trade on it? Introducing Block Trust IRA. The future in your hands. An astonishing 88,000 millionaires were created last year from the Bitcoin boom, and you could be next. Block Trust IRA is the only crypto management firm powered by AI-driven strategies, ranked #1 in the world by Bitcoin Magazine. The Block Trust IRA platform is built for everyone, from first-time buyers to seasoned investors. Predictive AI technology that was once only reserved for insiders and elites is now available to you. It's time to leave the old buy and hold strategies behind. Your assets are protected with military-grade security, offline cold storage, and $200 million in insurance. Visit BlockTrustIRA.com to book your free consultation and ask how to claim up to $2,500 in deposit bonuses today. Bitcoin changed the game. AI changes the strategy.
Hi folks, I'm here today to introduce you to the Prepper Bar from PrepperBar.com, the most unique precious metals product we have seen in a long time. These 62-gram bars are perforated and easily broken down into your choice of 3 different sizes to fit a multitude of needs. Whether it be from asset protection from inflation, economic turmoil, or its unique utility for barter and trade, the Prepper Bar makes a perfect gift for all the precious metal lovers out there. Exclusively made here in the USA and selling out fast. Available in both gold and silver, these slim Prepper Bars fit neatly in your wallet, and their utility enables use in any situation.
Forged through rigorous training and honed by the finest instructors on Earth, these K9 units serve beside our nation's warriors as they fight to preserve what we cherish. When these warriors complete their duty, the Warrior Dog Foundation provides them with a home deserving of the service they've given us all. At our state-of-the-art kennels, they receive rehabilitation and care suitable for heroes, because that's what they are. Be a part of giving them a future today. Visit WarriorDogFoundation.org.